Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I've got two replays for you in the LTTB, the Tier 8 Soviet light tank in the tech tree. And as usual, I will post up the equipment and perks I run on this tank on the top right hand screen, which is optics, camo net and advanced gun lane drive. And on the perks I will be running the usual born leader, rapid reload, 6%, steady aim, camouflage expertise, snapshot, situation awareness, run and gun and trap mechanic. So yeah, the LTTB I think is a fun light tank, to be fair, and one for me that I did enjoy playing when I ground out the T100 line, which is what the tier 10 that this tank eventually leads to. Now the first map we're on is Erlenberg, and I'm just going to show off some fantastic driving there by myself. And it's not team destruction, it's assault. So the assault variant of the map, and I've opted to go straight down the middle here to try and spot for our team. Now with the LTTB, for me, I think it's quite an active scout. It's got really good mobility. You've got 68 kilometers now forward speed with 20 kilometers rear, so you can move about quite well. You can see it's got fairly good traverse as well. So yeah, for me, keeping active, I think is something you can do quite well with this tank. I don't really see it as a passive spotter. I mean, there are certain situations where you can use sort of active light tanks as a passive spotter. But for me, I mean, concealment's 338 meters, which is okay, I guess. But there's certainly other light tanks which would have much better concealment values and would act better as a passive spotter. The view range is okay, it's fairly standard for 380. This is base, by the way. Obviously with my setup, it would increase this a hell of a lot more. Which is why I run sort of the usual light tank perks, sort of situation awareness and optics to boost the view range as much as possible, because obviously being a light tank, I want to make sure that I'm spotting for my team as best as possible. So yeah, I mean, let's say it's a great light tank with sort of really good mobility. You've got some trolling armor as well. Like, it's not, I mean, the armor is standard for a light tank, but it's quite angular, which means you will get sort of quite the odd lucky bounce here and there. Sort of when you're sort of turning away from tanks, when they sort of shoot you, if they catch the angle right, you can bounce quite a few shots like that. Obviously if directly on, it's just gonna penetrate all day long. The armor is pretty much light as a feather, but like I say, the angles really sort of help to deflect a lot of shots. So on Erlenberg here, we've not done too bad a job of spotting. We've just got under 2k spotting assist. We took quite a few shots in the Vanguard there, who I thought was actually going to drown, which is why I was focusing my attention on the tanks across the way there, across the river. In hindsight, probably what I should have done is actually focus the Vanguard while he was sort of stuck in the dip. The problem is with this tank is you've got 5 degrees of gun depression. That's one of the bad points about it. So with that Vanguard, I possibly would have struggled to actually get some shots in while he was sort of in that low dip there, because probably wouldn't have been able to got the gun down to get shots onto him. The other problem with this tank as well is it's very top heavy. By that I mean you sort of see it's quite a tall tank, and it has a tendency to roll quite a lot. So one thing to sort of look out for when you're playing this tank is try not to, when you're sort of evading an enemy or you're turning, try not to turn on a ridge, because you can, if you've got too much momentum, you're turning onto a ridge or turning off a ridge, a lot of the time you're going to roll your tank, which obviously is not good because it slows your momentum right down to a standstill, so you're going to get shot. And but also you could end up getting some fall damage as well because of the rolls. But yeah, the biggest problem is obviously you've got no control over your tank. You're sort of stuck in one spot. You could actually end up being on your roof, and then it's going to be lights out, game over if you're sort of right out in the middle and tanks have got shots on you. It's got a 2-second aim time, which isn't too bad, and 0.35 accuracy. So again, pretty sort of standard for light tanks. They never usually have good accuracy, but again, sort of using the run and gun perk, we can improve on that. I should mention I'd run advanced gun lane drive, but in all fairness, I would actually drop that for vert stabs if you can. I think I'd probably picked advanced gun lane drive because vert stabs probably wasn't available for this tank. You do get that where on some light tanks or medium tanks, when you sort of even at tier 8, you may not have the option to put vert stabs on because it's just not not feasible to fit it inside the tank as such because it's not big enough. So yeah, that might be why I've got for advanced gun lane drive, just because I couldn't put the vert stabs on. So back on the gameplay, we've just got over 2.1k assists. We picked up a little bit of damage as well and 3 kills, so not had too bad a game, but the game is sort of now coming into fruition here, and we've only got 3 tanks left. We've got this G-Saw here, and I was half tempted to go in, but the G-Saw's got 4 shots on his clip. I'm pretty much a 1 shot or at best a 2 shot. Either way, I think that G-Saw would probably get the handle on me, so I've decided to move over to this flank to try and take out this tank destroyer that seems to be preoccupied with our 2 tanks in front of him. Unfortunately, Earthshaker manages to take him out, so I'm now going to turn my attention back onto the G-Saw and also that tank destroyer that's down on K9 area. So not sure what that tank is, but like I say, nice G-Saws here, so I can start getting shots into that G-Saw. That G-Saw was looking this way kind of, or he's distracted by a friendly teammate. I should be able to get another shot in. I do. Can I pick up the kill shot, get my 4th kill? Yes, I can. So I managed to pick up the 4th kill there, and I'm now going to try and see if I can get another kill or a bit of damage at least off this enemy tank destroyer, but unfortunately gets taken out by our friendly AMX 5100, bringing an end to the replay there. So we didn't have too bad a game for Erlenberg. Nice sort of open map to spot on. We picked up 2.2k damage with 2.1k assist, 4 kills, picking up the first class medal there, and yeah, that's a not too bad a game for Erlenberg. But now what we're going to do is move into the second and final replay of the video. So there we go, we are on Fietful Ridge in this video, and I've got a sneaky suspicion I'm bottom tier in this matchup. Yes, we are. There's an enemy. There's a friendly Tusk there, so yeah, we're bottom tier in this matchup. But not to worry. Let's say the LTTB, as we've sort of mentioned before, has got great mobility, so going to use that to my advantage here. And basically going to move over to the left hand side, and there are 2 other light tanks on our team. There's no artillery, so unfortunately sort of don't have artillery to be able to help provide any spot assist. Take a little bit of a big gamble there on that jump, catch some airtime, and luckily don't get any fall damage for that drop. That could have worked out a little bit horribly if I got that wrong. Now the light tank in front of us has managed to light up. That's the Tusk, has managed to light up that enemy light tank that's moving down the 0 line. I'm going to go straight up this ridge here because I know there's going to be tanks sat here, or there usually is tanks sat up here. I can also try and get some shots on that light tank that is moving down the 0 line. And we come up here and we've perhaps just overpeaked a little too hard there, and we get shot by the T-57. Then unfortunately we take a bit of fall damage there. You can see this is the problem with the LTTB, as well as my poor driving and poor judgment. You know, it's a bit top heavy. We've just taken a bit of a tumble there. Unfortunately, we take some full damage, but not to worry. We do take out that tiger shot. Can we take out this bulldog? We do put one shot in. We might be able to get a second in. Unfortunately, it gets taken out by the tusk. But not to worry, we're going to move up the top here, and we do need to be careful because we're on 360 hit points. So obviously being bottom tier, that does pretty much mean we're going to be a one shot for nearly all the tier 10s if they do get a shot off into us. So we do need to be careful. We do see this T44 across the way. We haven't spotted him up, so we're not getting any assists, but we might be able to get some shots in, which we do manage to get one shot in. Then he goes undetected. Then we see this other T44. So again, going to oblige this guy and get some shots into him. He's got a damaged fuel tank. I'm hoping we might be able to set him on fire. It doesn't seem to be moving, which is kind of strange. You would have thought he would have just backed up there, but seems to be quite content, just sat there getting shot at. And we get our second kill of the game there. Landing a couple of shots into that guy. Now we're going to see if we can squeeze some more shots into this T44. Might be able to get another shot in. Can we get the kill shot? He's just got tracked there, and there we go, picking up our third kill of the game. Having quite a good start here, considering we, you know, kind of lost a majority of our hit points for our own stupidity. We get a shot into the waffle there, but the waffle then goes unspotted. Just being careful here, because obviously I don't want to poke. Problem is that I don't have the gun depression to kind of peek that T57. I'm also conscious that if I did shoot that T57, I would have got spotted, and knowing that waffle at the back there probably would have absolutely deleted us. Wouldn't have even needed 2 shots, just 1 shot would have been enough for that. And then we're going to try and see if we can squeeze some shots in this IS-3-2, but we can't. Then the waffle gets lit up again, so we managed to get a shot into him. Now, considering our team are quite far forward and the low hit points I'm on, the fact we're fighting tier 10s, this is why I'm kind of sat back a little bit and not sort of right at the top. Now, you know, the fact that our team are sort of just gone a little bit static here, this is where I've decided, you know what, I'm going to move forwards. I'm going to try and see if I can get some spots up. I want to sort of light that waffle up, also sort of want to get some more damage out of this game. See the waffle now, I haven't shot at all because, again, I'm sort of kind of out in the open, and I don't want to take that risk of getting sort of spotted while I'm out in the open and getting shot. So I've just decided to just hold the trigger here. Then I sort of poke over this ridge, and, you know, fortunately we find this UDES 03 that has just gone AFK by the looks of it. So yeah, free damage is free damage, so I'm going to help myself to this UDES 03 while the rest of the team kind of sits in the cap and just deals with the rest of the enemies. So he then gets taken out by our friendly Tusk. There's 3 tanks left, so decided to move ahead and try and see if we can squeeze out any more damage out of this game. Like I say, it's not been too bad a game, considering we've been bottom tier. Yeah, we've pretty much got nearly exact numbers on spotting and damage, so yeah, we've done a good job of spotting. We've also done a good job of putting some damage in where we can. Gonna try and see if we can squeeze some shots into this M103, but unfortunately we just bounced that shot there. Gonna see if we can squeeze another one in. Unfortunately our team are capping. I might be able to get the kill shot on this M103. I do. We've got 4 seconds left. Can we get any more shots into this tank? Unfortunately not. We end up capping out, which is a bit of a shame really, because, you know, I think if we'd left that we could have taken that as IS-3-2 no problem, but there we go. I think the team just wanted to get the win and move on, but we do get the win and we get top of the board there with 3.4k damage, 4 kills, and I think we managed to get near enough the same amount of assist as well, which we do with 3.1k damage. So yeah, some decent gameplay there, and picking up the ace tanker as well, so that was quite a nice bonus. And yeah, that's the LTTB, guys. That is it for the video. So as you can see, it's quite a capable light tank, as long as you don't sort of throw it off a cliff edge. And yeah, definitely one sort of, I'd say, is fun to play. So guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. As always, it does help the channel, and as always, I will catch you next time.